Good morning, students. Welcome to lecture number 5. So, in lecture number 5, we will discuss how to solve numericon solve vapor power cycles. In the lecture number 1 to 4, we discuss the theory topics related to the vapor power cycles, that is, efficiency derivation of Rankine cycle, performance of a Rankine cycle, and how to increase the performance of a Rankine cycle, that is effect of pressure, effect of condenser pressure, and superheating, and as well as we discussed the formation of steam. Okay, these are the four theory topics we discussed in the previous lectures. So today we will discuss numericals on vapor power cycles. So in numericals on vapor power cycle, there are three types of problems will come to the picture. So type 1 problems and type 2 and similar type 3. So we will discuss those numericals here. So before that, we will draw one Rankine cycle again to glance. This is a Rankine cycle, and dear students, these problems numericals on vapor power cycles will be solved using thermodynamic data handbook. We need some properties of steam at desired pressure and temperature. So in the university exams, the thermodynamic data handbook, or you can also use the steam tables, will be provided in the exam hall, or the data related to the numericals will be given in the question paper. So you have to purchase a thermodynamic data handbook. Here I will show you one thermodynamic data handbook. It is with me now. So this is the one thermodynamic data handbook. So this will be used for solving numericals on vapor power cycles. Sometimes data will be given in the question paper. So coming back to the topic, so I have drawn here TS diagram of an Rankine cycle. So this is T, this is S. So here there are four major components that you studied. I will not take much time to discuss this here. This is one Rankine cycle, and here process number 1 to 2, it is turbine, and process number 2 to 3, it is condenser, process number 3 to 4, here it is pump, and process number 4 to 1, it is boiler, that is B. This is turbine, condenser, here it is pump, and here it is boiler. Okay, so in the previous lectures we have taken different notations. For turbine you have taken 3 to 4, and for condenser you have taken 4 to 1. And dear students, it is left to you. Different books will take the different notations. So don't bother with the notations what you have taken 1, 2, 3, 4 or ABCD. Just you see the name of the component and what type of process it is. Okay, here, so this is an ideal Rankine cycle. It is an ideal Rankine cycle. Ideal Rankine cycles. So if I ask you what is actual Rankine cycles, so what is the difference between ideal and actual Rankine cycle is, here I will write actual Rankine cycle. The difference is, so in the turbine we have not considered any losses. Here it is 1 to 2 is perfectly adiabatic process, that is reversible adiabatic expansion we have assumed. There is no losses, there is no friction we have considered. Similarly in the pump also it is isentropic or adiabatic compression process. But in the actual Rankine cycle, what will happen, I will draw the TS diagram of actual Rankine cycle, because in the university question papers the numericals may be on actual Rankine cycle or may be on ideal Rankine cycle. Ideal Rankine cycle. So I will draw the TS diagram of actual Rankine cycle. And this is saturated liquid line, saturated vapor line, Okay, both these two lines will meet at particular point, that is called critical point, that already we discussed in the previous lecture. This is critical point CP. Here I will draw the actual Rankine cycle. It is exactly similar. There is no much difference between actual and ideal cycle. The difference is in the turbine 1 to 2 process, and as well as in the pump 3 to 4 process, we will be considering the friction losses. We will be considering the friction losses. Those friction losses will be represented like this. So 1 to 2, because of friction the heat will be generated. Because of heat generated, the entropy increases. That is S value here. So 2 is initial, that is ideal case. 2 dash is actual cycle. Here in the pump also, so due to friction there is slight increase in the entropy. See here, this is point number 4 and this is 4 dash. This is 4 dash, this is 4 entropy, and here it is 2 and here it is 2 dash entropy. This is a difference. The remaining everything is same. So here it is actual Rankine cycles. So only the difference is you will consider the friction loss in the turbine, the friction loss in the pump also. So that is the difference between ideal Rankine and vapor, ideal Rankine and actual Rankine cycle. So now coming to the next point, here I have not represented the direction. The direction of the process is 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. Similarly here the direction of the process is 2 to 3. This is the direction. Now coming to the next point is, so in numericals, the step number 1, in the all the numericals he must give minimum 3 datas. First data is related to, that is boiler pressure he will give, and condenser pressure he will give, condenser pressure, and one more data he will give, the quality of steam entering to the turbine, and one more data he will give, the quality of steam leaving the turbine, So these are the minimum 3 data are necessary to solve the numericals. There are other methods are there. Without these, sometimes you will give only 2, or sometimes all 3 data will be given. Okay. So before that, boiler pressure, condenser pressure. Boiler pressure will be represented by PB or P1. Boiler pressure is represented by PB or P1. Condenser pressure will be represented PC or P2. And quality of steam entering to the turbine will be represented. Quality of steam is nothing but X. And such type of problems you have studied in elements of mechanical engineering first semester and in the previous semester basic thermodynamics, that is pure substance numericals. So quality of steam will be represented by X, okay, and the unit of X is 100%. So now, so this is the first step. The second step is to solve any numericals on the Rankine cycle. First you have to understand the point, the position, the points in Rankine cycle. It is very important. Okay, first for example, point number 1, if I ask you what is point number 1, so point number 1 is inlet to the turbine, because 1 to 2 is turbine. So 1 to 2 is turbine. So point number 1, point 1 is what? Point 1 is inlet to the turbine. Same point number 1 is also outlet of the boiler, because 4 to 1 is boiler process. So point number 1 will become inlet to the turbine, as well as outlet of boiler, because this sentence is very important for solving the numericals, because in the numericals, in the problem definition, he will give the value of enthalpy at inlet to the turbine is this much, the value of enthalpy of outlet of the boiler is this much. So it is important to understand these points. So similarly, point number 2, so point number 2 is here. So point number 2, point 2 is exhaust of or outlet or exhaust of the turbine, exhaust of the turbine, or the point number 2 will become inlet to the condenser as well. Correct or not? Because 2 to 3 is condenser part, so point number 2 will also become as inlet to the condenser. Similarly, point 3 is here. So 2 to 3 is condenser, point number 3 is outlet of condenser, and as well as it is inlet to the pump. 3 to 4 is pump work, so it is point number 3 is outlet of condenser and inlet to the pump. I will write here outlet of condenser and inlet to pump. Please understand carefully, so otherwise it will become difficult for solving the numericals on vapor power cycles. The problems are easy, you can solve any number of problems here. So similarly, point 4, so point 4 is here. 4 to 1 is boiler, so point number 4 will become inlet to the boiler. At the same time, point number 4 itself become exit or outlet of pump. So it is inlet to boiler or exit or outlet of pump. So these are the points that is you have to remember for solving the numericals. So next, coming back to the third point. So irrespective of ideal Rankine cycle or actual Rankine cycle which is given in the numerical in the problem definition, you have to find enthalpy at all points. So make it clear, you have to find enthalpy at all points. What are the enthalpy? H1 you have to find out, H2 you have to find out, H3, H4. So all 4 points you have to find the enthalpy if it is ideal Rankine cycle numerical. If it is actual Rankine cycle, you need to calculate 2 more enthalpies, that is H2 dash and as well as H4 dash if it is actual vapor power cycle. Understood? So this is the third point. Okay. Similarly, you calculate entropy at point number 1 and 2. We don't need entropy at point number 3 and point number 4. And dear students, don't behat only the points 1 and 2. You remember the component. For example, entropy at point 1, what does it mean? Entropy at inlet to the turbine, you have to calculate. Entropy at inlet to the turbine, you have to calculate. Similarly, at point number 2, what does it mean? Enthalpy at outlet of the turbine, you have to calculate. So don't behat the points 1, 2, 3, 4. You remember the component. Okay, in the numericals he may give A, B, C, D, not 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is point number 3. The next point number 4. As I told you, in the problems, in the numericals, he will give boiler pressure, condenser pressure or quality of steam. So coming back to the point number 4, quality of steam, very important. Quality of steam. So quality of steam will be represented by X. Okay. So now I will take once again the same TS diagram what we discussed here. This is a saturated liquid line, this is a saturated vapor line. So here process 1 to 2 is turbine, 2 to 3 is condenser, 3 to 4 is pump, and 4 to 1 is boiler. Now, so quality of steam is nothing but the percentage of steam content in the fluid. For example, I will take X is equal to 1. If any point, for example, point number 1, point number 2, or if any point lies on the saturated liquid line, then X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 when point lies on liquid line. What type of liquid line? Saturated liquid line. If X is equal to 1, when it is possible, so if any point lies on vapor line, Now coming back to this TS diagram, we will discuss now. The point number 2, it is not on vapor line as well as it is not on liquid line. This is vapor line. I will write vapor line. Okay, so point number 2, it is not on vapor line, it is not on liquid line, but it is between these two values. So at point 2, what is the value of X? X between 0 to 1, or it is also called 0% to 100% if it is in terms of percentage. Now similarly, point number 1, again it is not on liquid line, not on vapor line, but point number 1 is the right side of the vapor line. I told you in the lecture number 2. So any region or space on the right side of the vapor line, it is purely superheated region. So superheated is nothing but the quantity of steam is 100%. There is no water contents. So here X value at point number 1 is 1. Now what is the value of X at point number 3? So point number 3 lies on liquid line, so X3 is equal to 0 or 0%. Very good. But similarly, point number 4 is not on liquid line, not on vapor line, but it is on the left side of the liquid line. So the space on the left side of the liquid line, it is all liquid space. This is liquid plus vapor. So this is vapor. This is what we discussed in the lecture number 2. So it is important for solving numericals. That is the reason I am explaining once again. Okay, so X3 is equal to 0, and X4 is also 0 because this is liquid. X1 is more than 1. Okay. So quality of steam, this is what called quality of steam, that is X. Okay. So next point is, in the quality of steam there are two types of numericals will be asked. So this TS diagram, whatever the TS diagram you have taken here, this TS diagram is superheated condition. This is superheated steam. What is superheated steam? Again I will tell you, the superheated steam is nothing but the point or the steam which is entering to the turbine. Dear students, what is 1 to 2 component? 1 to 2 is turbine. Point number 1 is inlet to the turbine. The steam which is entering into the turbine is superheated. That is the reason it is right side of the vapor line. Okay, that's the reason it's called superheated steam. Now if I ask you to draw a dry steam, dry is nothing but the X value is equal to 1, and the steam which is entering to the turbine is just 100 degrees Celsius steam. So now I will draw one TS diagram. This is TS diagram of dry steam. In the numericals, the given data will be given like this. The steam which is inlet to the turbine is a dry steam. Then you have to draw this TS diagram. Okay, if numericals, they will give the quality of steam entering to the turbine is superheated, then such type of TS diagram you have to draw, because the value of enthalpy at this point, is different. Both are not same. This is second type. So the 4.1 I will take. 4.1 is superheated, 4.2 is dry steam, and 4.3 it is wet steam. Wet steam means the quality of steam which is entering to the turbine, either it is not dry or it is not pure vapor. So it is mixture of both. That is the reason it is called wet. Means some percentage of water content will be there. So I will draw the TS diagram for wet steam. Wet steam nothing but here. We will stop here only. Here like this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is a TS diagram of wet steam condition. So again the components will be remain same. There is no change in the components. So this is wet steam. Okay, so these are the 3 types of steam which is at inlet to the turbine. Okay, but just you observe here at outlet of the turbine, that is point number 2. In all 3 cases, here point number 2, and here point number 2, and here is also point number 2, it is wet condition. At point number 2, the steam which is coming outside the turbine is same in all 3 cases. Okay, now I will draw one more diagram, one more TS diagram. So you guess which TS diagram it is. 4.4 I will draw. 4.4 TS. I will draw the diagram. You tell me which condition it is. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is the direction of the process. Okay. Now what is 4.4 condition? At inlet to the turbine, that is 1 to 2 turbine. This is turbine. So at inlet to the turbine, the condition of the steam is superheated. At the same time, at outlet of the turbine, the condition of the steam is dry steam. Here it is dry steam. But in these 3 cases, it is at outlet of the turbine, point number 2, it is wet steam. So these are the 4 points, 4 varieties of problems they may ask you. Then going to the next point, we will discuss the formulas, the equations which is used for solving the numericals. So here I will give, this is page number 2, and here I will give the page number 1. The numericals are easy. Please put some effort, it will become easy to understand. So numericals on vapor cycle using formulas. Efficiency of Rankine cycle, this is the one formula we will use. So efficiency of the Rankine cycle will be calculated work, that is net work done divided by heat supplied. So net work done will also be calculated WT minus WP divided by heat supplied. What does it mean? Work done by the turbine minus work done on the pump divided by heat supplied. Now question is, how will calculate work done by the turbine? So work done by the turbine, WT, is equal to, now I will take the page number 1. This is 1 to 2. So in the turbine, this also, here is also same. So in 1 to 2 component, that is turbine process, point number 1 has highest temperature, point number 2 has lowest temperature, correct. So point number 1 enthalpy at point number 1 and point number 2 enthalpy at point number 2. Okay, so here in the turbine, highest enthalpy minus lowest enthalpy, if you take the difference, you will get the work done by the turbine. So H1 minus H2, highest enthalpy minus lowest enthalpy. If this is for unit mass, if the given problem has given 2 kg of mass flow rate, then m dot, usually you will get m dot is equal to 1 kg per second. So net work done by the turbine is H1 minus H2. The unit will be kilojoule per kg or joule per kg. Similarly, work done on the pump is equal to, here is the pump. Dear students, observe carefully, I need your attention here. Pump is nothing but 3 to 4. Here is also 3 to 4. Okay, so 4 to 1 is one pressure line. This is boiler. I will take as PB. Here I have done boiler pressure PB. And 2 to 3 is condenser pressure. This is another pressure. This is condenser pressure. Okay, the pump is operating between these two pressure lines. One is highest pressure, another one is lowest pressure. So in the entire cycle there are only 2 pressures. Okay, higher pressure is boiler pressure, lower pressure is condenser pressure. The pump is operating between these 2 pressures. So first, when you are calculating work done by the pump, you take highest pressure minus lowest pressure and multiply with specific volume of fluid at point number 3, because point number 3 is the starting point of pump. Okay, so work done on the pump is P1 minus P2 into Vf. Okay, next, so Wt is over, Wp is over. Now Qs. What is Qs? Qs is nothing but heat supplied to the water. So it is in the boiler, it is in pump, it is in boiler. So heat supplied process is between 4 to 1. This 4 to 1 is entire heat process, heat supplied process. So it is at constant pressure. It is at constant pressure P1 and it is at constant pressure P2, or condenser pressure, or it is boiler pressure. Okay, so 4 to 1 is a heat addition process. So which enthalpy is more? Either point number 4 enthalpy is more, or in point number 1 enthalpy is more. Obviously point number 1 is highest temperature, so if the temperature is more, enthalpy will be more. So H1 minus H4, H1 minus H4 is the formula for calculating heat supplied. If it is m is equal to 1 kg, H1 minus H4. If m is equal to 2 kg, 3 kg, you just multiply with mass m. So usually we will assume m dot is equal to 1 kg until unless given in the problem or numericals. So H1 minus H4. This is the formula for calculating Qs. This is the formula for calculating work done by the pump. This is turbine. This is Rankine cycle efficiency. So these are the 3 parameters used for calculating Rankine cycle. And dear students, now when you come back to the actual Rankine cycle, actual is nothing but we have considered losses in the turbine, losses in the pump. So efficiency of the term will come to the picture. Okay, efficiency of turbine, because it is some losses are considered. Efficiency of the turbine is equal to actual vapor, actual process, actual work done divided by theoretical work done. Theoretical work done. And dear students, you observe here which one is the actual process. 1 to 2 is actual, or 1 to 2 dash is actual? Yes, 1 to 2 is actual. 1 to 2 is theoretical, it is not considering any losses, that's the reason it is exactly straight line. But 1 to 2 dash is actual. So actual work done is nothing but highest enthalpy minus lowest enthalpy H2 dash divided by theoretical work done H1 minus H2. This is the efficiency of the turbine. And similarly efficiency of the pump, again same actual. Okay, efficiency of the pump is reverse of actual turbine, it is just opposite. So here you have taken actual, but here you have to take theoretical enthalpy drop, or you can say work done, no problem, same, both are same, work done divided by actual enthalpy drop. Enthalpy drop is nothing but difference in enthalpies. Okay, so here what is theoretical enthalpy drop in pump? Theoretical is nothing but exactly straight line, that is 3 to 4. So highest enthalpy is H4 minus lowest enthalpy is H3 divided by actual. Actual means due to friction there is slight increase in the entropy. You can see the difference between these two, 4 to 4 dash, the delta is change in entropy. Okay, here so highest enthalpy is 4 dash or 3, 4 dash, so H4 dash minus H3. This is the efficiency of the pump, will be used for solving numericals. So next, coming to the point, net work done, that is WT minus WP. This is a one type of equation used for, so you may ask to calculate net work done in the cycle. Okay, so next you will get power. You will also ask calculate net power developed by the cycle. So power is equal to, so mass flow rate multiplied by work done, that is net work done or work done by the turbine. So what is power? Power is equal to m dot multiplied by WT minus WP, that, or it is also equal to m dot, that is mass flow rate of steam multiplied by net work done. Net work done is nothing but WT minus WN. Okay, so similarly one more parameter will be asked to calculate work ratio. What is it asked? We will ask you to calculate work ratio. Work ratio is equal to net work done divided by work done by the turbine, that is WT minus WP divided by work done by the turbine. So one more last formula is there. One last formula, you will ask specific steam consumption is equal to m dot divided by net, that is work done by the turbine, multiply by 3600. Why 3600 is, usually it will be in terms of kg per second, understood? The mass flow rate of steam will be in terms of kg per second, so convert into kg per hour, multiply by 3600, so unit will be kg per kilowatt hour, the unit of SSC, that is specific. So I write here specific steam consumption is, here I will write this is specific, this is steam, and here consumption. So these are the some equations which are used for solving the numericals on vapor power cycles. Okay, so we will solve the first numerical now. So first you before solving numericals, first you have to write the given data. So in the given data you will be given boiler pressure, condenser pressure and quality of steam entering to the turbine or leaving the turbine. either you will give entering or leaving the turbine. So these three data are minimum data required for solving numericals. Okay, so boiler pressure will be represented by P1, this is the highest pressure, and condenser pressure will be represented by P2 or PC, this is the lowest pressure. The entire cycle is operating between these two pressures. And the second point, you have to mention point 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, which one is point 1, which one is point 2. Here in our notes I have mentioned as point 1 is inlet to the turbine, 2 is exhaust from the turbine, and input to the condenser. Okay, similarly you have to find all enthalpies at all salient points, entropy at point 1 and point 2. It is sufficient. You can find one entropy at 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., but it is not necessary for solving numericals. So similarly these are the equations which you use for solving numericals. So here I have taken on latest university question paper. This is December 2018, January 2019. The subject code is 15ME43 and question number 3B. So here one simple problem, what he has given we will read. A simple Rankine cycle works between the boiler pressure of 3 megapascal and condenser pressure of 4 kilopascal. The steam is dry saturated. As I told you, there must be 3 minimum data required for solid pressure. One is boiler pressure, he has given as 3 megapascal, and condenser pressure he has given as 4 kilopascal. 2 data are over, and one more is quality of steam entering to the turbine. See, dry saturated before the throttling in the turbine. Throttling is nothing but what? Expansion process. Throttling is expansion process. So determine Rankine cycle efficiency, that is efficiency of the Rankine cycle he has asked. We will write efficiency of Rankine. Work ratio, that is WR, work ratio, and specific steam consumption, that is SSC. Okay, so step number 1. And dear students, I have highlighted the major keywords. Simple Rankine cycle, I have highlighted simple Rankine because it is ideal. He has not given efficiency of the turbine or efficiency of the pump, so it is ideal Rankine cycle. If it is given efficiency of the Rankine cycle and efficiency of the pump, efficiency of the turbine, then it will become actual cycle. So this is actual cycle. So in the actual cycle you will be giving efficiency of the turbine as well as efficiency of the pump, because losses are also, and here is no losses. Has he given any losses in problem? No losses. Okay, step number 1. So given data you will write. So boiler pressure I will make one column, and condenser pressure I will make second column. So in the boiler pressure I have represented by PB or P1. Now you will be representing with P1 only. It will become easy for writing. So condenser pressure will represent by P2. So P1 is equal to boiler pressure. What is the pressure he has given? 3 megapascal. Mega means 10 to the power of 6. 3 into 10 to the power of 6. So I will write 3 into 10 to the power of 6. 1 Pascal is Newton per meter square. And dear students, in the thermodynamic data handbook, all values of enthalpy, entropy of steam is at bar he has given. He has not given in the data handbook in kilopascal or pascal. For example, I will show you one page here. See here, this is one column. P, pressure is in bar. All values are in bar. So in the question paper, if you given in megapascal or kilopascal, you convert into bar. It will become easy for you to solve numericals. So here, so 30 into 10 to the power of 5. 1 bar is equal to how much? 10 to the power of pascals. So 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power of 5 pascals. Understood? So I have written 30 bar. 10 to the power of 5 is 1 bar. So 30 into 10 to the power of 5 at 30 bar. And similarly, in the condenser pressure also, P2 condenser pressure, he has given 4 kilopascal. 4 into 10 to the power of 3. Here I will write. Can you see these notes? Okay. 4 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so it is Newton per meter square. I need in terms of bar because in the data handbook all values are given in bar. So convert into bar, so it will become 0.04. Here I have converted 4 into 10 to the power of 3 will become 0.04 into 10 to the power of 5. Mathematics, 4 into 10 to the power of 3 I can write like this. So 0.04 bar is the pressure in the condenser. Okay, and one more data. This is one data. Second data. Third data, what he has given, steam is dry saturated. Steam is dry saturated condition. There are three conditions, three quality of steam at inlet to the turbine we discussed. What are those three conditions is, which are those points we discussed? Quality of steam at inlet to the turbine, quality of steam at outlet to the turbine. See, these are the three conditions. Quality of steam, this one just before we have discussed this point. 4.1, this is the one condition of steam entering to the turbine. This is another condition of steam entering to the turbine. This is third condition, this is fourth one. Okay, now this problem is related to second category, 4.2. What he has said in the problem, he said that the steam is dry saturated before entering into the turbine or throttling in the turbine. Before means starting point is only dry, it is not superheated, it is only dry condition. So here dry means it is on the vapor line, it should be on the vapor line. If it is on the right side, it is superheated. It is on the line, it is dry saturated. If it is left side of the vapor line, it is wet condition. Okay, so coming back to the numericals here. Okay, so now using thermodynamic data handbook or steam table, that is page number 12 and page number 11. So go to page number 12. I will show you how to take the values just for an example. So from page number 12, here is a table number 12. So first column is bar. Okay, first column is bar. So go to 30 bar. Here it is 30 bar pressure. Correct. So at 30 bar, because it is a given in the problem, what is the boiler pressure? He has given 30 bar. So at 30 bar pressure, you note down all the values what he has given in the steam table. Okay, so what is you are doing at 30 bar pressure, you are noting all the values. So for example, 30 bar enthalpy, this is enthalpy, HFG, enthalpy, HG, everything, all values of this row you have to write at 30 bar. So here we have written the values. Okay, so at 30 bar I have written saturation temperature from the steam data handbook. Okay, HF1 enthalpy of fluid also I have written. Why I have written HF1 is nothing but here in the TS diagram I have drawn the TS diagram as well. So in the TS diagram for this problem, this is a dry steam, so I am writing enthalpy at point number 1. Okay, so at point number 1, that is 30 bar, point number 1 is 30 bar, this is 30 bar. So from point number 4 to point number 1 it is 30 bar. From point number 2 to point number 3 it is condenser, that is P2, that is 0.04 bar. So here I will write on P1, here I have written boiler pressure or condenser pressure, that is P1, here it is P2, here it is how much it is 30 bar, and here it is 0.04 bar, 0.04 bar he has given in the problem. So you write all enthalpy at gas and entropy at point number 1. And dear students, next point, 0.04 bar, we are writing all enthalpies and all entropy. All values you write, whatever the values you will see in the steam table book, you write all the values. So once you write values, he has asked to find Rankine efficiency, work ratio, SSC. So here you can ask a question, sir, at point number 1 in the TS diagram, if you see the TS diagram for this problem, for this numerical, here is that. So point number 1 is here. So point number 1 is dry steam. He has given in the numerical given data. So when he has given it is dry steam, the point number 1 should be on the vapor line. We have represented here. So when the point number 1 is on vapor line, what is the value of x? X is equal to 1, that is 100%. Okay, when you are writing 100%, what will be the percentage of steam? That is 100%. How much is the percentage of water? 0. So there is no water content. That is the reason I have not written any data which is related to waters. I have written only enthalpy of gas, that is Hg. It is purely gas. I will write Hg. I have written enthalpy of water at 1. If it not written also, no problem. And entropy of gas. But point number 3 and point number 2, these two are at 0.04 bar. And at the same time, point number 2 is lies between saturated liquid line, saturated vapor line. So it is a mixture of both because it is between these two. So we don't know how much amount of steam is there, how much amount of water. So I have to write the value of both water as well as steam and as well as mixture. That is the reason I have written here what is HF2. HF2, 2 stands for not at point number 2, 2 stands for at pressure 2. Understood? Be careful. So HF2 is enthalpy of fluid at point number 2, 121.4. Enthalpy of mixture of both Fg, mixture of fluid as well as gas at pressure 2, that is 2433.1. Similarly, enthalpy of gas at pressure 2, 2554.5. Similarly, all the data we have written. So this is step number 1. Go to step number 2. So what he has asked step number 2, that is efficiency of the Rankine cycle. So we have written the formula. Efficiency of the Rankine cycle, we know that Wt minus Wp divided by heat supplied. What is the formula for work done by the turbine? Work done by the turbine is Wt is equal to H1 minus H2. Actually the formula is M into H1 minus H2. But I will not take M here because M is equal to 1 kg, because the value of M is not given in the data. Given data he has not given. So assume that M is equal to 1 kg. So Wt is equal to H1 minus H2. You have written the formula. And when we are discussing some hints, what was the third point? Calculate all enthalpies. Enthalpy at point number 1, 2, 3, 4, all points. So first I will calculate enthalpy at point number 1. So point number 1 is dry steam. So directly you will get from the data handbook. So at 30 bar pressure, the value of enthalpy at point number 1, that is gas, 2802.3 kilojoule per kg, because point number 1 is on vapor line. So it is purely gas or steam. So directly I will take Hg. Okay, if it is mixture of both, I could have taken HFG. Okay, if it is water, I will take only HF. Okay, so similarly H2, coming back to the point 2, as I told you now, point number 2 is not on vapor line, not on liquid line, it is mixture of both. So HFG. Okay, so it is HFG, but I don't know the enthalpy at point number 2. So I will write H2, that is wet steam, because it is not pure water or pure steam. So wet steam is equal to HF2 plus X2 into HFG2, and I will tell you how this formula is arrived. Just have a look at the TS diagram. So I need enthalpy at this point. I need enthalpy at this point. From here to here is enthalpy. Let us assume this is H2. Okay, this H2 line from here to here, it is sum of this line and this line. If you add these two lines, you will get this total length. Okay, point number 2 as well as point number 3, it is at condenser pressure, that is 0.04 bar. So at 0.04 bar, I will take HF value. I will take point number 2. Point number 2 is at pressure 2, not this point. Similarly, HFG at pressure 2. If I add these two, I will get H2. Understood? But I don't know the quality of steam at point number 2. X value I don't know. So I have to multiply with X to this wedge, HFG. Understood? So that is the reason wet steam HF2 plus X2 HFG2 I have written. Same formula you can write for calculating entropy also. S2 is equal to SF2, this line is SF2, and this is X into SFG2. Okay, so this is the first problem. You may face difficulty in understanding, but please concentrate here. So H2 is equal to wet steam HF2 plus X2 into HFG2. So HF2 value I will take from data handbook at 0.04 bar pressure, but I don't know X2. X2 is not given in the given data. What is X2? X2 is quality of steam at exit to the turbine, or quality of steam at inlet to the condenser. Correct? Exit to the turbine or inlet to the condenser, both are same. I don't know, he has not given. So HFG2 is enthalpy of mixture of fluid and gas at second pressure, that is condenser pressure. So this data is given from the data handbook, and this data is given, but to calculate H2 I need X2. So but how to calculate X2, that is the question. And we know that it is ideal case. Process 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic expansion process. Reversible adiabatic expansion process is also called isentropic process. Isentropic process, that is entropy is constant. So during 1 to 2 process, entropy is constant. So I will write S1 is equal to S2. S1 is equal to S2. Then entropy at point number 1 here. Entropy at point number 1 at here directly you will get from the data handbook, because this is purely steam. X is equal to 1. So you will get entropy from the data handbook, that is dry steam at point number 1, SG1 I will write. Why what is G? G stands for gas. It is purely gas at point number 1. S stands for entropy at first pressure or point number 1 is equal to, what is S2? Similarly S2 is equal to SF2 plus X into SFG2. Here you are taking X means X2. Here is also X2. So X2 SFG2. So this SG2 is from data handbook. This is also from the data handbook at second pressure. X2 is unknown, and this value is from data handbook. So this value is known value, this is also known value, this is also known value. Calculate X2. So I have taken SG2 from the data handbook 6.1838 is equal to SF2 I have substituted, X2 also I have substituted 8.05. So calculate X2, you got 0.715. And dear student, to understand clearly I have written here x2 is equal to dryness fraction or quality of steam. You can also write quality of steam at point 2. x2 is equal to 0.715 we got. So if you convert into concept of percentage, 71.5% of steam is there. 100 minus 71.5, 28.5, this is remaining water. That is the reason. So just you observe these two values, whether percentage of steam is more or percentage of water is more. Here 71.5 percentage of steam, so that is the reason point number 2 is nearest to the vapor line. 71% steam, remaining 25% water. So if it is 71% water, the point number 2 will be somewhere here. If it is 50%, it will be here. Okay. So from equation number 3, here I have given equation number 3. So using equation number 3, you have taken, you have substituted the value of x2. x2 is substituted. So h2 is equal to xf2 and s2. So h2 is equal to 186. You substitute all the values. h2 you got. So next coming back to work done on that by the turbine, h1 minus h2. So h1 is this value already you have calculated, minus h2 also you have calculated from equation number 2. So work done by the turbine is this value. So this is the value of work done by the turbine. Now first value is over. Similarly calculate work done by the pump. In the list of formula we have written work done on the pump is equal to P1 minus P2, because these two are the pressure values. This is highest pressure, this is lowest pressure, multiply by VF. VF is at point number 2. You have written, whenever you have written pump work, process 3 to 4 in the given TS diagram in our case. So 3 to 4 in the TS diagram, VF is at point 3 in condenser pressure PC 0.04 bar. So substitute the value of P1, substitute the value of P2, substitute the value of VF, multiply all three, simplify the equation, you will get this value. This is work done by the pump. And dear student, just you observe work done by the turbine is 942.24, but work done on the pump is only 3. So in some numericals he may ask you to don't consider or neglect the work done by the on the pump. Okay, so here he has not said specifically to neglect the work pump, so I will consider WP. So using equation number 1, here in the equation number 1, WT you have calculated, WP also you have calculated. Now you have to calculate QS to find the value of Rankine cycle efficiency. So heat supplied is QS, heat supplied is in the boiler. So refer TS diagram, 4 to 1 is heat supplied. Here 4 to 1 is heat supplied. Okay, here I will keep both the pages, it will become easy for that. So heat supplied is 4 to 1. So in 4 to 1, which temperature is more? Point number 1 temperature is more. So obviously enthalpy will be more here and enthalpy will be less here. So H1 minus H4 will give the heat supplied. Okay, H1 already you have taken from the date handbook, but H4 we have not taken till now. So H4 is where? H4 is here. Be careful, observe here, very important point. H4 is here. I need from here to here, this height I need H4, correct? So H4 is equal to H3 plus this pump work. 3 to 4 is what? 3 to 4 is pump work. So H4 is equal to H3 plus pump work. So H4 is equal to H3 plus pump work. So 121.4 WP. So H4 is this much value, will get 124.4. So from equation number 4, from here you calculate heat supplied. So 2677.9 you will get. So from equation number 1, the major equation number 1 here, efficiency of the Rankine cycle. So take the efficiency of the Rankine cycle equation, substitute all the necessary parameters and calculate, you will get 35% efficiency. Okay. So second, what he has asked, work ratio also he has asked. So in the list of formula I have written work ratio is equal to net work done divided by work done by the turbine. Net work done is WT minus WP and net work done by the turbine is WT. Substitute all three values, you will get work ratio. And step number 6 is a specific steam consumption, that is M dot A divided by WT into 3600. Has he given mass flow rate of steam here? M dot S? No, he has not given anything. So take 1. So 3600 is for converting into per hour. So WT is 942. So substitute these values, simplify, you will get 3.82. So these are the answers for solving. These are the steps involved in for solving numericals. So dear students, we will stop here now. So next I will upload one more numericals on vapor power cycles. We will take university question papers and we will solve some 3 or 4 numericals. Okay, thank you.